Hello. Jó napot. Ó, kék fesztőmű hely, nem?
Igen.
Wow.
Igen.
Nagyon gyönyörű.
Igen.
Hagyományos.
Olyan szép a szíve.
Ó, Willy vagyok. Amerikai.
Gratulálok.
Köszi szépen.
És hazajött egy kicsit.
A feleségem magyar, és ezért itt élek Leánfalun.
És ő nem magyar, és ilyen gyönyörűen beszél magyarul. Gratulálok.
New Yorki vagyok, de lehet megnézni a kék festőműhely? Wow, nagyon gyönyörű. Hagyományos.
Hagyományos. És a világörökség része lett.
És csinálsz?
Igen, a lányom csinálja.
Nagymama és nagypapa, ha?
Nagypapa, ó Istenem.
Kék festő műhely.
Itt van a címünk.
És itt ez a Levendula Nyuszi, gyönyörű. Hogy hívnak te?
Engem Ilona.
Ilona. Szép Ilona.
Úgy van, szép Ilona.
És nagyon szép a kék szem neked. What's up everyone? Welcome to Győr. I am here with the Red Water River Cruises and we are about to drive our boat. Which river is this? The Moshoni Duna, down the Moshoni Duna. Let's have a little adventure. Look at the trademark pink pastels. Győr, it's really a Baroque city, but it's an ancient city as well. Győr is an ancient city dating back to the age of the Celts, the Celtic tribes that were here. And they called this place Arbona, which is a name that was preserved during the Roman era when Győr flashed into prominence. And here we arrive at the Szúnyog-sziget, the Mosquito Island, an infamous lair for all sorts of villainous creatures. Nice squat little establishments perched up on the Szúnyog-sziget. Looks like a great place to spend a summer's afternoon. Gotcha. Up. Speaking of ancient Rome, here we have a vessel dedicated to Emperor Trajan, the Trajanus. How fitting. Now after the Romans, of course it was Attila and his Huns who commandeered this area, but they were only here briefly. The Hunnish Empire, a cult of personality, which crumbled quickly after King Attila's death. Thereafter it was Gepids and Longobards and Eastern and Western Visigoths who mixed and mashed their way through this lush and verdant landscape, before finally the Avars set up shop.
I am the captain now.
The Avars, an oft misunderstood tribe. Horse lords like the Magyars, but several centuries prior was their heyday. And this area in Győr was actually the Avar capital for many a year. And you can imagine the Avar chiefs in these little islands with their Avaric, paganistic celebrations and shrines. Oh, what a time. We're talking 7th, 8th, early 9th century. Very exciting. You can see the little rapid, the little current forming here. That is because we are heading off of the Moshoni Duna onto the river Rapsa. Not the Raba, but the Rapsa. Another river, and we'll see the watercolor change in 3, 2, 1. Wow. Unbelievable. We are heading through a lock. This is how they regulate the water in the canal. Hopefully they don't close it on our heads. That would be no good. The Rapsa, it's a tiny little river, a tiny little bugger. Would you just look at this? It's the bridge of Abda. It is the bridge of Abda. Abda. It's another classic little Kish Alfold, Győr, Moshon, Sopron, Megye town, Abda. It comes from the Slavic word obvoda, a place which water runs through. Quite fitting. Speaking of the Slavs, it was the Slavic Moravian Empire of King Svatopluk who flushed out the Avars in the end and took control of this land at the beginning of the 9th century. But it was only several decades later, in the 890s, that the Magyars came to town and Great Moravia was no longer And then about 9 centuries after that, you had Rákóczi Ferenc. Oh, wow. Who knew? Who knew? Chini, Nagyon Chini. What does he got in his hand? A fish? Érdekes. Mr. Frankie Raincoats, the second of Rákóczi rebellion fame. What a guy. Who knew that we were gonna see Frankie Raincoats in Abda? Yavuk. So as it turns out, there's a little bit of a local legend about Rákóczi and the village of Abda. The Rákóczi Revolution, it broke out, it erupted in 1703 as a Hétszás Három. But before that, in 1702, Rákóczi Ferenc, he was taken prisoner by the Austrians, charged with suspected disloyalty, and held captive on a boat heading towards Vienna. I saw Rákóczi Ferenc. And it is said that they stopped for a time right here in Abda, where the group was confronted by a common Hungarian soldier. He handed Mr. Rákóczi a fish and said, "Throw this into the river Rabsa. One day soon, you shall be as free as the fish." And that's why they have that statue. And that is why Frankie Raincoats is holding a big fat fish. Back to the Moshoni Duna. Now we approach our second block of the day. And this one leads to the so-called Holtag. Holtag. A Holtag, it's like a dead river. This is where the Moshoni Duna no longer flows. But as we head down this Holtag, this dead river, we shall, ooh, look at that dragonfly. Sikatutu? Sikakatu? Sitakatu. As we head down this dead part of the Moshoni Duna, we will come soon to a beach. The native flora and fauna of this region are just simply tremendous. Huh. It looks like a Goya. Game. Surke game. I thought it was a Goya, it's a Surke game.
Goya has a red...
A beak. A Goya has a red beak. A Suke game is a Suke game. Is that also a Suke game? It's Suke Game City over here. Oh man, I just wish that more people knew about this place. It's tremendous. The Moshoni Duna. Oh, the Moshoni Duna. And over on the other side there is the start of the Szigetkőz, which is technically the largest island in all of Hungary. But it's a region in its own right, the Szigetkőz, between the Moshoni Duna and the Duna Duna. Hello. Now we come to the end of the Holtag, to the Szabadstrand, Freedom Beach. Look at it, all of the children playing and frolicking in the sun. Oh, my. What a classic Győr Friday afternoon at the start of summer. Wonderful stuff. App. Sziasztok, srácok. All right, here we go. We are blessing ourselves in the holy waters of the Moshoni Duna. Oh, it's nice. The Moshoni Duna. It's better than the normal Duna. I'm a big fan of this Moshoni Duna. I gotta say, it's a wonderful place to play. The Moshoni Duna was refreshing as you could imagine. And now we are going for a little bit of a coffee over there at the Rusty Coffee. So we got here the Novitius Pills from the Apat Ur Sörfőzde, the local brewery of Győr. Ooh, that's nice. Refreshing. 8.3. Nem. 8.4. Red Water. Vörös Víz, the #1 boat company on the Moshoni Duna. And now we get back on the Red Water Beast. Does this boat have a name?
No.
We can call her Boglarka.
Okay.
So there we can see the Chonakas, and we are heading across over to the Aranpart edge for a little bite of Győr pizza. What a scene! What a scene here in June. Everyone's loving it. Okay, and we head up here for the most famous pizza in all of Győr. No?
It's not true,
I think it might be.
but tasty.
All right. It's about to be the most famous. All right, we got two delicious pizzas. We got the Magyaros pizza. What do you got over there, Amos?
I have füstös.
Füstös, Magyaros. We're gonna dig in and enjoy right here on the banks of the Mosoni Duna. There's some guy in New York who does these pizza reviews, and it's very famous. So I'm gonna do a Hungarian style pizza review. Yeah. Pizza etekeles. All right, we're here at Bahnhof. We got the Magyaros pizza. It's got some onion, some peppers, some mushrooms, some kolbas, some tomato, and some cheese. Let's see how it does. You know what? Not bad. It's not New York. It's not Italy. It's good, but it's good. Could be a little bit crispier, a little bit more ropogos than Nagyanyó. Azt hiszem 7.1. 7.1. Egészségügyről. Aranások. A legjobb. All right, and we've made it back to land. A great day out with Red Water Tours. Thank you very much, Amos. Köszönöm szépen. A wonderful, wonderful experience. Love to see this on the way out of town. A sodavíz kút. I don't think that it's actual sodavíz as much as I would like to take a drink. And here is the famous Aranhajo of Győr. They say that this dates back to like the 16th century. I think it's a replica. Allegedly, Napoleon was here on August 31st, 1809. Huh. I guess that was in the midst of his like manic campaigning before he was imprisoned on the Isle of Elba. Napoleon was such a fiend. It's also apparently the Zantus János Museum. Zantus János, oh, what a guy. My favorite Hungarian whose name starts with X. He was like the Charles Darwin of Magyarország. Real explorer. I mean, if you have a name like Zantus János, you got to do something good. Otherwise, it's a huge waste of an opportunity. Well, 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 that's all she wrote from lovely Győr. We didn't really get to see much of the city this time, but the Mosoni Duna, let me tell you. Let me tell you. What a place. What a wonderful, wonderful place. See you later. Alligator, take it easy. Sziasztok.